everybody, Nathan from Dark Apogee Designs here. Just thought I would show you what it takes before every Genesis leaves the shop to come to you. This is a Genesis fresh off of the mill, and now we're going to go through the process of assembly, and I'm going to take you with me. So the first thing we have to do is we have to deburr the center bearing hole. So in order to do that, I take a Dremel with a very fine grit sandpaper, run it at a very low speed, and I just deburr it so that I know that the bearing will fit in just the way that I need it to fit in. Every Genesis is finished this way, and you will see why it takes me so long to get these done. So now I've just cleaned out the hole. I'm going to do a little bearing test fit here and see if it meets my approval. Seems to be pretty good. So now I'm going to go over here and I'm going to use a super secret adhesive. It's not really super secret. I'm sure many of you already know what this is. Of course, it's always fun when the hole clogs back up on you, but it just takes a little drop. This is very, very strong stuff, and it holds very well. So then I rub it all around, get in there really well. I take a rag with some alcohol spray, clean off any excess, make sure it's good to go. And then I pop the bearing in, clean off any excess that came through, and then I go over here to this clamp to make sure that the bearing is fit perfectly in the center of the body. I clamp that on, I let the adhesive dry. You can see this one over here has been spinning the whole time we've been talking. Every single Genesis that leaves the shop is spin tested and spin approved to make sure that you are getting a quality product that spins as long as I can make it spin, given what I have going on here. Now, everything will be coming to you pre-tested, as you can see, but also I do try to clean the bearings a little bit for you. Now, they're probably not going to be 100% as clean as you can possibly get them, but they will be pretty darn clean, and they should spin for you very well. Average spin times are over 10 minutes, to be completely honest with you, from what I've been testing here. I don't promise that, I don't guarantee it, but I do guarantee it will spin well. This has been spinning for, I don't know, a couple minutes even before I started the video here, and the video's already been going for over 3 minutes, so this would meet my approval once it hits the 4-minute mark, which I'm pretty sure it already has, for me to ship that out to a customer. So once this is secured over here, it doesn't take long for it to set up. I take this down, I give the bearing a little wiggle, give it a check, a little more alcohol to clean this guy up, and now that's nice and clean. So I'm gonna bring this over here for you, put it right here, and now we're gonna put together some buttons. The buttons assemble very, very easily. You can see some buttons here. They still have a little bit of oil on them due to the fact that when they're machined, oil is used as a coolant when the material is being cut. So we put these buttons together. They're working very nicely. Come over here. And you can see we're almost good to go. Now comes the cleaning process. Follow me. All right, guys, now we're here getting ready to clean these up. I already started. Sorry, the video actually stopped. The camera just stopped recording, unfortunately. But I'd like to thank David Beck for this cleaning technique. You use a soft bristle toothbrush, and you also use some very gentle dish liquid. Dawn works fantastically. A little bit of warm water. You use the brush and with the soap, and you just swirl it around, and it gets all the remaining grease and potential debris that could be in that bearing out of that bearing. Now, because the bodies also have some oil on them from manufacturing, I give them a nice little clean here. Takes off the oil and makes it nice and shiny, all cleaned up. I give it a nice rinse. Then the next thing I do to make sure I get all the water out of it is I give it an alcohol bath. What I'll also do is I will clean off the buttons, because the buttons also have a little bit of that oil on it. And I don't want to send you an oily product. That just wouldn't be professional. So I give these guys a little scrub and a little rinse. Doesn't take much. But what you may notice is that this entire process is not a short process. Assembly takes me a while. Okay, so I've got the Genesis in the alcohol bath. Give the bearing a little spin, make sure there's no water that could still be in there. Shake it off, put the buttons in there so I get those to dry off as well. And now, you can say hi to my loud dog that's usually barking up a storm. Now I take it over here and I use this fantastic device. If you're wondering how to clean your spinner, this thing is fantastic. The Datavac electric duster. No more canned air. Don't worry about a compressed air can. So now I clean it off. So I got that guy all cleaned up. Let me grab the buttons and I'll be right back. Now we dry off the buttons real quick. And now we assemble. Screw it all together. We have a fully assembled, ready to go Genesis, spinning very, very well. So after that, I take it over here and it begins its spin test time. So I give it a spin and then the process repeats. Now if you follow me over here, you can see some of the ones I've been working on. This is our packaging table. Every single one comes over here after it's all done, and I just give it a spin, let it keep going. It entertains me too. And packaging begins. So I get a nice velvet pouch here. In goes the spinner. In goes a nice Dark Apogee design sticker. And in goes your card. Actually, this is a test card. Let's see, where are my brass cards? And here is your certificate of authenticity. So after everything's in here, everything gets wrapped in bubble wrap, packaged up, and shipped to you. I'd like to thank you for your business. Thank you for what you do for me and my family. And stay tuned. Lots of great stuff coming from Dark Apogee Designs.